Mr. Buscaino.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. Council President Wesson, I'd like to thank you for waiving this item Rules Committee and promptly scheduling it before the full council so that we can have this discussion of this critically important issue before us. Though the great city of Los Angeles is noteworthy and unique in many ways that we can take pride in, we also have a dubious distinction that, as chairman of our Public Works Committee, I'm very concerned about. We have the worst roads of any major city in the nation. The poor quality of our roads costs LA drivers about $750 in additional vehicle maintenance costs, vehicle depreciation, and gasoline consumption every year. And for a good half century, from the 1950s to the 1990s, street maintenance in Los Angeles was chronically underfunded, resulting in the deterioration of our road system. Utilizing new 21st century technology, the Bureau of Street Services has developed a successful pavement management program, and with the commitment of the mayor and the city council, we are now adequately funding street maintenance and have stopped the deterioration of our streets. Unfortunately, though, we've stopped the streets from getting worse. There simply isn't enough money in our stretch budget to improve them. Decade after decade of deferred maintenance has resulted in a $3 billion backlog of streets that must now undergo costly reconstruction to bring them back up to good condition. A few weeks ago, Councilmember Englander approached me and asked me if I wanted to partner with him to work on a solution. And he made a very compelling argument. Interest rates now are at an all-time low, and actually that 40-year low, and there's never been a better time to borrow money to invest in our critical public infrastructure. We are proposing a 20-year, $3 billion bond that will reconstruct every failed or nearly failed street in the city of Los Angeles over a 10-year period. Not only will this proposal decrease vehicle maintenance costs, it will create 30,000 new jobs, increase property values, improve emergency response times, and decrease traffic. I look forward to a productive discussion on this proposal today, and I'd now like to turn it over to my partner and colleague, Councilmember England.
I want to thank Mr. Buscaino, who has really hit the ground running as the newest council member and dealing with this issue as the chairman of Public Works. This is one of the biggest issues that we've got to deal with, period. And it's not going away. In fact, the problem is growing every single day. We can sit here and point fingers all day long and look at the history on how we got here. In fact, when I started working on this issue with the former chairman of Public Works, my predecessor, Councilman Greg Smith, and working with Street Services and Bill Robertson at the time as the general manager, looking for ways to catch up on this backlog, I've got reports dating back here to 2002 and 2004 when we started looking at this issue. The reports that were presented to this very body talking about a special tax and special assessment or general obligation bonds, that there's absolutely no way to catch up on this crumbling infrastructure that's actually costing people money. One of the things we looked at is, if we bonded for a program, what could we do to ensure and restore faith in local government? What can we do in working with the people of Los Angeles, where if we made such a bold move that we can ensure we're going to increase and maintain those streets in perpetuity in good condition? What can we do to ensure the money is locked in specifically for street improvement? How do we ensure we have a citizens oversight committee with audits and to make sure that the money is spent efficiently and effectively? We looked at all of those things and we came up with some very, very good solutions. And this is a bold move, one that we really ask that you consider and think highly of. This is we're asking for Angelenos to invest with a return on their investment. This is the first time where, if we've looked at bonds, and a lot of people have talked about tax increases, and people can't afford it. A lot of people are out of work. What it's doing right now, though, is the cost of maintenance, as my colleague just stated, we're the highest cost of car ownership because of maintenance in the United States. On average of $746 per vehicle. This is a direct return on investment which would save them. It would also expand and enhance cycling and pedestrian safety throughout the city of Los Angeles. It has so many environmental benefits that I know our general manager is going to get into. And so working closely with the Bureau, I want to thank staff who has spent months and months, if not really years, in getting their arms around the issue, coming up with what are very viable and reasonable solutions that are going to make this city of Los Angeles the world-class city it should be for the future. And so with that, I'd like to ask our general manager, Nazario, if you could take the center stage and the table and walk us through. Everybody should have a copy of 2 documents on their table, both the PowerPoint presentation from the Bureau of Street Services as well as an FAQ, frequently asked questions. By the way, the photo on the front, which was the sinkhole where a failed street we had swallowed a fire truck. Actually, if you see the little guy in the suit behind the fire line there, that was Councilman Corrett standing there. I wanted to give him a photo credit for sharing his photo with us for the cover of this report as well. With that, good morning and thank you.